was about 3 years old, and my parents thought, they thought that it was absolutely essential for me to have an athletic background. And of course, only being 3 years old, it was very basic gymnastics of cartwheels, handstands. But as time progressed and I stuck with it, it started to develop to a higher skill.
Probably in middle school, the coach came up to me and asked me to join the team, which was a really big honor, and started to train really hard and go to different competitions. And then as I started to progress into high school, I started to go to regional competitions and then also national competitions. So you have rings, high bar, parallel bars, floor, vault, and pommel horse. And my best event was rings, and I was able to really do pretty well at some of those national competitions on rings, just because I was very strong and could do all the strength moves really well and hold them.
And because of the base that I built in gymnastics, when I started climbing, I think I excelled very, very fast. Having an athletic base, having just good strength overall, I started winning competitions at the age of 4, 5. Eventually, probably when I was 10 years old, then went back to gymnastics. I really love the moment of it, the flexibility and all the different ways of using your body. And that's where I started to get pretty serious about it, to a competition level. Gymnastics built such a raw strength of pulling and pushing. It's one of the few sports out there that truly uses your full body. When I went from gymnastics to climbing, it's such a fluent translation of movements and a lot of body awareness and using understanding the 3D space of a sport.
So I can't stress enough how formative an experience being a gymnast was. I mean, it completely created who I am today. The biggest things were the ability to kind of fall in love with doing hard things, right? And how important it is to do really hard things, to fail, to push yourself out of your comfort zone. But everything that I really believe in as a person in terms of hard work, discipline, being okay with failing, being okay with being out of your comfort zone, doing really hard things, came from that time.
So I stopped gymnastics a little bit ago, officially, where instead of going to the gym and training with a team, I put that to rest because I wanted to prioritize my climbing. But I saw the power that gymnastics had in my climbing, where it built me such a strong body, where going into climbing, I just felt so powerful, where I knew that it was essential and I needed to keep kind of a gymnastics base going as I climbed.
So I had to, at that point, give up gymnastics, which was a really, really tough situation, because you start to identify that as your identity, and that's all you've done. And then after engineering school, I got a job at Intel in Oregon. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to put all of my free time outside of work into just climbing and getting better at climbing. And that's really where I started every weekend, adventuring and climbing. And it was important to fill that kind of void that gymnastics previously had for me.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, I competed in nationals last year for speed climbing, top 20 in the nation. I just went to nationals for bouldering and ropes, which I think I got 7th place in the nation.
For me, it's less about how hard I climb these days and more about just having fun and adventuring and using my body. So that's kind of where we're at in our climbing journey right now. And so what do you have control over? You have control over how much work you put into it, how honest you are with yourself, how you deal with failure, how you react to things, how much discipline you show. Those are the things that you do have control over, and they will set the stage for who you become in the future. So that's my advice to people going into sports like this is an opportunity for you to build your discipline, to build your character as you move forward in life.